Flesh and Steel is the most violent, disturbing FNAF game ever made. Holy featuring ridiculously brutal jump scares, a shocking amount of blood and gore, and a conclusion that left my jaw on the floor, Flesh and Steel goes far beyond the normal maturity level of a FNAF fan game. Naturally, all the major FNAF Let's Players produced videos covering it, but just a few days later, something happened.
I can't believe that, guys. That's a corpse.
All of the videos covering Flesh and Steel disappeared. The Let's Plays were gone. The jump scare compilations were gone. Most notably though, the Game Jolt page, which was the only place to get the game, vanished. Even weirder, when I asked my fellow creators what had happened to their videos, they all acted as if they had no idea what I was talking about.
I can't believe we just saw that.
Overnight, Flesh and Steel had simply vanished. It was as if it never existed. However, anything uploaded to the internet is out there forever, and sure enough, I was able to get my hands on the game, and despite it obviously being deemed non-kosher by the rest of the FNAF YouTube community, I streamed it anyway, because this is the Theft King channel and we gangsta like that. We assume the role of Tony, one of Gregory's classmates and the protagonist of GGY, which is perhaps the most interesting and lore-consequential entry in any of the FNAF books. Tony fancies himself as an investigative reporter, and when he, Gregory, and another classmate are given a school assignment to write a mystery story, Tony quickly zeroes in on the strange occurrences happening at the Pizzaplex. Upon noticing that the initials GGY top the leaderboard of every game in the arcade, Tony digs deeper and discovers that whoever GGY is, they seem to have messed with the code of the Glamrock animatronics. And in the story's climax, Tony concludes that GGY is also responsible for the strange disappearances surrounding their school's counselors, all of whom were recorded entering the Pizzaplex with GGY just before they disappeared. Tony writes a gripping report covering these strange occurrences, but just before the paper is submitted, his groupmate Gregory rewrites the entire story to be totally different, infuriating Tony.
Will you shut up?
The story concludes with Gregory apologizing to Tony and asking him to meet up at the Pizzaplex later as he has some friends he'd like Tony to meet.
Over here!
Tony is hesitant, considering everything he's discovered about the facility and GGY, but Gregory insists, saying, "We'll get you cheered up." And thus, Flesh and Steel begins, acting as both a sequel to GGY as well as a prequel to Security Breach, with Gregory and Tony entering the Pizzaplex through a discreet garage passage. So what was it about this game that, was so bad or whatever, that made it,
Gregory,
disappear?
are you sure it's okay for us to be here?